Hi there. I'm back at what's going to be my last string of Mgma 2. When I stopped last time I was 10 furs away from the main campaign's final boss, so there's not a lot of it left. In probably just a moment, if I don't die, we are clearing the main story, and then I will dedicate the rest of the string to showing off some of the post-game. First things first, my Draugr either needs a healing item or she needs to rest. I came here with the zombie girl in my party, but she died on the way, so I replaced her with this Draugr I recruited inside the dungeon. Oh yeah, I have a spear range on my sword in this save. So I can try to lure enemies to go in my direction like this and attack them from a distance. Oh, but not if it's a slugger. Hi there, Hero. And another thing, recently I've gone through my settings on VTube Studio. I've tweaked quite a bit of them, and as a result, the tracking for my model should now be like significantly better than it has been up until this point. There was one particular setting that was causing a lot of issues with tracking that I had never realized. So I wonder if it's gonna be noticeable on the stream from now on. A healing stack, I'll want that. None of these three need any more gifts. Yeah, I wonder if I should be testing those. At this point, this fight to the dungeon, I'm afraid of trying to use this staff on myself and it being a teleport or something. That can like wipe up to my party because I'm away from them. A lot of enemies over there. This is cursed. This didn't hit. Oh, this was a level up fruit. Swapping her out again. I should do this as soon as like a friend is on yellow health. Oh, not Tamis. The Minotaurs take way too many hits to kill. That's one limitation of the spear is I don't think you can hit enemies through walls. Yeah. Oh, but you can hit her on the diagonal like this. Nice. Good thing this didn't activate. This one is just like a Bomberman map. Okay, it's not a terrible trap. This advances on 4. I think I can take a cat jump. And she's landed on a terrible spot too. Wow. I see a healing statue. I mean healing crystal. Try this out for me. Oh, it's a this is great. Also, there's a campsite over there. Oh, she's a sensei. Not a lot again I can learn though. This one sounds like a really good skill if anybody could learn it. My moth can learn the crowbar. And I should get out of here before the alpha catches up to me. And we're finally out of that floor theme. I actually don't need to remember this one. This looks pretty nice. Nor did I remember adult foxes showing up on this floor. That's a surprise. I would rather not engage though, because they are very dangerous enemies. They have a skill which can turn one of your items into an mostly useless Aburage, and that can be one of your equipment with no way to turn it back. I should rush to the final floor anyway because I am about to starve with no bread on my inventory. Oh, there's another keyhole over there. But I don't have a key now. I am worried that I'm running out of healing for myself, although at least for my friends I do have this healing stuff. I always wonder sorry, I always wonder how it feels like to bathe in a hot spring. So do I haven't done it. Now these magic bullet stones are probably the blue witches. I'm indeed pretty close to starving now. If I can't get any more food in time, I have to waste these 2 sweet fruits I have just to keep my SP up. Oh, what? How's she attacking from this far away? Let's get away from that fox. Oh, there's the exit. Yeah, I'm actually not sure how she was attacking from that far away. I was like in the corridor. You mean the one that the fox was using? I think that's the one that normally turns one of your items into a Naburage. But if it hits a party member, they get forcefully teleported back to the reserve party. So I had to call them back now. This floor is getting really dangerous. I really can't starve now, so I guess I'm going to petrify myself just to fill up a bit of SP. I really would rather save these two for the boss. Of all things that could kill me in this dungeon, I didn't think running out of food would be the problem. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, okay. I was going to probably starve anyway. At least I've insured my equipment. But whenever this happens, you do have to pay to insure them once again. I wonder where the checkpoint for that dungeon was. I hope it's not... I don't have to redo too many floors. So you prioritize taking buffing staffs with you, since the boss is probably going to shake off debuffs pretty quickly. So instead you should prioritize buffing your allies. Do I have another magic pouch? Yeah, I think that's good enough for items. I wonder if I should replace anybody. I could have my zombie back. Also, I would enhance these party members that have hit the level cap, but what remains of the dungeon is probably not going to be enough for them to catch up to this level, and for the boss they should be as high as I can keep them. I'm sure that the impulse as charm is not going to work in the boss, so I'm replacing her with the zombie. I see only have these options for the restaurant. The way this one works is that there is actually a lot more menu items you can order from here, but you have to order a lot of times to unlock them. Like more than you probably do all throughout the campaign. Oh, now I have unlocked them. Oh, I didn't to register the Draugr, that's right. Now how many floors I have to climb back up? Oh, this was a 20 floors, so more than half the dungeon. Yes, at least it's enough time to level up the main character. And I didn't switch to casual mode. I think if I should go back and toggle it. Yeah, for the sake of time, I think I should. At least we can be sure that I will beat this dungeon within this stream. And I think I should have brought one more bread item. I'm afraid I'm going to starve again. Whoops. I realized that this dungeon has a lot of lizard girls show up. I think that I've knows they are like the most annoying enemy in the game. A good thing there's a crystal here. I have to find one more crystal. What's going on inside the house? Oh, I want that. Yeah, I do feel my damage is actually insufficient for this dungeon. Normally to be in like a comfortable position in this game, your weapon has to be able to one-shot most of your enemies. If it takes 2 attacks, it's a problem. If it takes more than 2, you're definitely too weak for the floor. And because of how powerful some of the enemy skills are, this is very much a one-shot game. Oh, it's you again. Weren't you just on the last floor? No, I said I could use more food. I think I'll get that. The problem is everything I have now is valuable. Also, because I don't know if I'll have another chance to mention that, here's something you can do if you have to... If you really have to rest and you don't have like any healing item. You can find a shop and have Tanukichi stand on the entrance. Like if you pick up an item from the shop, Tanukichi will run to the exit to block you from leaving until you pay for it. And because you want to move, you can like loiter here and the enemies won't be able to come in. I think you might be able to farm experience like this if I have Donkey to stand on the entrance and keep poking them with the spear like this. I haven't ever tested that. Oh, this is another good item. This only has one use left, so I think it's worth replacing it. A paralysis glimmer would be very good if I run into another monster house. Oh, let's try that technique again. There is a fog, but you can see a crystal ahead there. And because crystals reflect staffs, this should work even from this distance. Nice. There is also a house over there. Oh, somebody's stringing away. I'm not doing this without them off. We are in casual mode anyway, so resetting is fair game. And we're back. Oh, now they're fighting each other. Oh, nice, more flour bread. Now that I actually packed a lot of food, I'm finding more bread everywhere. Hey, another one. Oh, and I can't see who's in the room because there is probably an Algro causing this darkness effect. And I had forgotten that the paralysis screamer only hits around you, doesn't affect the entire floor. Like each of these enemies deals very little damage by herself, but the passive, like cold damage they deal around them is really adding up. 90 damage. This Draugr is getting really powerful now. Whoops. Also, this sword is probably why I was starving last time. When it's cold, your hunger depletes faster. I'm letting myself die so I can reset the floor. I have seen some people argue that like this game and dungeon crawler games in general really don't work well with a 4-character party, and I can kinda see why. I have to get the ghost away from the wall, so otherwise it takes very reduced damage. Is she going to die again? Okay, it's another reset. So I've seen people suggest that the game should let you have like only 1 or 2 party members at once. Because when you have 3 of them falling around, it's very easy for one of them to stray off and end up dead, like what's been happening now. And like, I think the next game it could reduce the amount of party members that can be active with you. But to make up for that, I think every individual party member should be more customizable. Like how I've said before, that I wish every monster girl could learn any skill from a sensei. But that system is very limited as it is now. Oh, they want to run away when I tell them to. This sword is going to be very annoying to get past. I really wish this worked more like in Dragon Quest monsters, where you can really, like, pretty much make any monster into to fill any role you want them to. And if you see like top level really end game gameplay of this game, you'll see that people will pretty often just make a party with 3 of the same monster grow. I'll optimize the same way. So at this point, why not swap a party of 3 monster grows for a single super developed monster grow? This again. And don't have anything to force her to go away. I guess I can paralyze her. A lot of dead ends in this layout. I think last stream I found myself in this exact predicament with the Silo. I think that Alpha is gonna catch up to me. Floor 40 and almost 1 hour into the stream just to catch up back to where I started. Oh, this crystal... It's not that it was too far away, it's that there is an item on the floor in front of it, so the magic bullet hit that instead. Also, there's a monster house over there, and I'm definitely not going to walk into one full of slugs and the silos. And the Draugr has kept out, so I'm switching out for the zombie. And the Kikimora has really had a problem with straying off in this dungeon. Like, just re-emphasizing what I said about too many party members not working this kind of gameplay. And the worst thing is the sequel might go for letting you have more active party members in the dungeon at a time. Like in the remaster you had what, 6 or 7 monster ghosts follow you around. I could be using the first person view to find dead ends before I run into them. It's not just that one. Oh, this was different with the Bomberman layouts. We hit another level cap. Oh, why is she taking so little damage? Actually, my entire party has hit their level caps. Maybe I should have enhanced them. I hadn't done it on the basis that after this dungeon I'll be mostly done with this save. And then I wanted to load my main save to give you a tour of the post game. Grading level for stats thing, I really don't like the enhancement system, to be honest. I feel like it's only in place to make you grind more and pad the game out. Because you reset your friend's level to 1 for like a really tiny increase in base stats and on their level cap. Maybe you could instead just not have a level cap and have the stat growth be bigger from one level to the next. So you don't need this enhancement system to make them stronger. What could make that system interesting to me is if it let you learn a skill like... You know how in a lot of roguelike games such as this one, whenever you beat a boss or reach a checkpoint or something like that, the game you often give you an option of like, here's 3 skills you can learn, choose one. You say every time you enhanced a friend, she went back to level 1, but then Melto said, now pick one of these 3 skills for a friend to learn. Then I would actually look forward to every time I enhance somebody. And it would alleviate like having to hunt down a sensei to teach new skills to your friends. I think we'll have to fight that alpha. And it's a lizard. Oh, not again. How long is it going to take to get over these final 7 floors? It still isn't even the worst theme of the dungeon. This is like when I was stuck in that library floor in an earlier dungeon. The great thing about reloading is that it lets you brute force through anything in the game. If you're really inclined, you can just reload until you spawn right next to the exit. Right next to the exit. Oh, this fox can see all my items. I have to not be next to her. Now for the worst part. Fun, you can see the monster house through the fence. So bad I don't have anything to hit them from where I'm standing. Just 4 more to go. Oh, that fox is not a shopkeeper. And the spear pretty much shuts down the mouse crow enemy because she stays one tile away from you, so she can use her hit and run skill. But if you keep poking her with the spear, she won't do anything about it. Let's get one more bread, because why not at this point? Stay away from that alpha. Good thing it's out on, so she won't move. This should be the last female in this dungeon. Oh, it's a Hecate. I could try recruit one. I have immunity to charm. Weird how this seems to have a much easier enemies than the last few floors. and a black dragon. So reviewing a few of my party members from the last game, but as enemies this time. Yeah, this is a wall-less force, so I could be looking for the exiting first person. Actually, what's that blue thing? Is that a... Oh, it's a teleport trap, I think. I think I'm going to need to reset again. There is an ogre over there who keeps throwing enemies at me. And I was also going to say, when I was talking about party size, because of how you're always at the risk of your party members straying off, I think it's the optimal... I did say before that I thought the optimal thing to do in this game is to have a party of only tanks who can hold on for themselves if they stray away from you. Okay, we already know we have to reset again. Imagine if I had committed to playing this dungeon roguelike mode. No resets. Finally, I think this will lead to the final boss. If I can make it there. I want to stand around a bit just to heal, but even that is pretty dangerous. Be fine taking a short break before the final boss. I'll see you in a minute. Right there. Now, before I do this, there are some items I have to take out of the pouch. All of this should be useful in the boss. Never mind, we have to get going. Alpha Lord of Destruction Donna, why is she an alpha? Hopefully she's not as much trouble as the regular monsters in this dungeon. So I set everybody to attacking. The moth can't pathfind her way to Donna. And this is how you deal with the few bosses this game has. You let your party do the work and you stand back and heal or buff them. Yeah, a lot of damage from her. I feel she wasn't supposed to be this powerful. Like, I'm confused as to why she's like in an alpha state. I don't remember being that way the first time I played. I don't even have time to buff my party members if they die once per turn. Not even buffing her defense is enough. I think I figured out the strategy for this. If I die here, I could probably be able to do it in the next attempt. And she has a face too. Voltaire helps me. That's another thing I don't recall. Also, conveniently, my sole remaining party member has been healed from this. And she's still only thinking about cleaning up the traps. So she comes in to help me, and the first thing she does is get out of the way. Thanks. Oh, I forgot to heal myself. But it seems like it doesn't matter. So I was saying, the strategy for this, if I had to try again, is that I have to be the tank and heal every turn with my heal pouches, while my party deals the damage. And this only works because I brought so many of this. Oh, you are holding up surprisingly for surprisingly long. And remember that bosses are supposed to be weaker with casual mode toggled on. I guess it's fitting that the my favorite monster growth that's introducing this sequel was the last one standing. I wonder if Voltaire is supposed to have infinite health in that fight. If that was the case, I should have just stood back. Oh, they're just sleeping. They're 1 out of 5 or 6 to the champions. Yeah, that's what you were called. The other day I was looking at the Japanese wiki for this game and they had a popularity pool for various characters. And among them was what's his name? Satani, and I was like, who's Satani? It's the Guardian. Great Demon Lord, the ruler of the monster tribe. I didn't remember this dialogue, but I had figured that she's supposed to be like the first Demon King. Demon Lord, I mean. And her outfit does look quite a bit like the one Melt had in the first game with the red cape and all. There's to be a great tree, a land flourished by a mist called Mana. And does this game take place in the Mana series universe? Also, I like the Kikimori standing alone there at the corner. Of course, it's supposed to be your entire party, but she's the only one left. The parents are worried about you. Uh, Now the machine translation is really hurting what was supposed to be written here. She's talking about this character's parents, which has been a mystery throughout the entire game. Seeing Assault is sent into the village first. Is then supposed to be like the main character? Do you think that the time will come again when monsters and humans will walk together? We will never meet again, this sword. That means we have 5 Demon Lords so far. I wonder how many of them there's supposed to be. Hi there. It's strangely dreary to see the house all empty like this. Everybody else is dead. Yeah, that's curious. The person that the party is dedicated to cannot drink alcohol. Everybody else can. The rule of being set to level 1 in the village will be abolished. If she's referring to the fact that your level resets after every dungeon, that's just not true. In the post game, it still happens. There is a Demon Lord of Peace. That sounds kind of funny. Next time, let's compare forces in decent shape. Thanks, but I really would rather not. And this has been Mgma 2 with the... Like, I played this now in anticipation for the third game, which if I recall, had a winter 2026 launch window. I will be busy with like several long games from this point on, and I think the next sequel will come before I notice it. There's a couple hints to where you can find more dungeons. First things first, I wanna get my party back. Oops. And once again, you do have one boss game dungeon to unlock, and the melt is missing here. That should be a hint for that. Is she inside your house? Nope, she isn't. Oh, what? The asset. Did I say we've seen 5 Demon Lords? It's 6, I forgot about Tamamo. 50 for a fog origin. Do I have to play the dungeon one more time? Can I skip straight to it at least? Seems like it. Oh, a very long dungeon. Once again, we have the Mgma dungeon. So this is 1000 floors longer, and it's randomly generated. Like every 5 floors, the floor theme will change, and so will the list of enemies. So it's pretty much the same thing as we've seen when I played the first game's remaster. And just like then, I don't plan to stream myself playing through this dungeon. It's just way too big of a time commitment. But there is some more post-game content. And one specific dungeon that I still want to show off today. Now, after beating the game, if you go back to that dungeon with the arena, which is this one, you might find something different. I think I have to talk to this NPC. The issue is you, like she said, you cannot bring in party members this time, nor can you bring in books, so no stacking my inventory with Thunder Grimoires, which is what I would have done. So it's essential to bring in a lot of good items. And I have to check what I have to bring with me. So any buffing stack won't work because I won't have any party member to use it in. And there's no crystals to cast in on myself. The best item to bring to this, I believe, is the Swift Fruit, which I don't have any remaining. I guess arrows can help. And everybody has to be out of the party. So I'll try it like this. If I can't do it, I will have to visit another dungeon just to pick up items. And then bring to this one. I wonder if no books also means you can't bring the Return Grimoire with you. Yeah, not even the Return Grimoire is allowed. I guess I can take one more bread in case I need more SP, because I will later to restore my MP. Now I just walk in, I think. Casual mode is still on, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But when I originally tried this, it took me like a dozen or so tries. But this is very different from the first time you played this dungeon. It's just a few enemies, but you are alone and on level 1. I can't stand in the middle of them here. I think I've already screwed up my position. I'll retry. And I forgot to use the Alt Slash, which you should be using all the time in this dungeon. What are the enemies this time? Okay, so the arrows do help more than I thought they would. The problem with waiting around now is that I think the buff from Coco's food will run out while I'm doing this. There is one food that makes your MP heal faster. But then I won't have the attack buff I'm getting from this one. Silas, this shouldn't be the same strategy, should work. Okay, I'm blind, but I know there is one in every direction. But one arrow is not enough to kill them. I forget how many floors there are. It's 5 or 6, but just one more floor is going to make a lot of difference. I think I had a magic fruit in the storage. I should have brought it so like I could have 10 more MP and that would make all the difference because it would let me use all slash twice in a row. Now this row with the Queen's Times was the one where I struggled the most. Even the additional damage from the silver ore is not enough. So I do not have a magic up fruit, but I do have a MP restoring fruit. I can still use all slash twice. Even then I'm still in trouble. So I have to get myself in a better position, and the way I did that when I played for the first time was I used a wind staff to create a tornado, then walked into it to get blown away to like the corner of the arena where it's safer. I forgot to bring one of those this time. I wonder if I can persuade them. Oh, I can. Nice. So this charm staff also works. I don't even have to use Owl Slash. I never thought to do that. I could have sold the previous floors like this as well. So now for the final one. I think it's the last one. I hope the boss doesn't quickly shake out debuffs, cause slowing and confusion is all I have. I'll beat you to the punch and move on so that I can eat plenty of delicious food. Now this character might be familiar to you if you are a like OG viewer of this channel, and this is a very deep it's a Yuki's channel deep cut. So one time I played a game called Mgma Gladiator. I did that in a single stream for like 30 minutes because I had to just finish the transistor and had to fill time with something else. And I tried to find the image on the side right now. But Mgma Gladiator is a roguelike inspired by Monster Rancher, where you pick a monster girl to raise and have her fight other monsters. One of the two monster girls you have unlocked by default is called the Dragon Newt. And I'm trying to pick up a screenshot of her, but Google Images is not helping. Oh, it's surprisingly difficult to find a screenshot of the game's main monster. Here, this is a terribly low res image, but it's the best I could find. What I should have done is I've taken a screenshot from the actual game before this stream, but I forgot to do that. But here's what she looked like in that game. I did use her in the one round I played on stream. And she's here as a collab character. This was added in an update. Alissa the Dragon Newt. And this has suddenly turned to a different game. I love that they have Mamu's Gladiator music play as well. So as a dual boss, and Alissa does hit pretty hard, so you don't want to be next to her. I can try to take advantage of my spear range, but I really need the slow staff to work. Things have been fun so far. The last dungeon was very troublesome to get through, and I think it exposes some of the issues I have with this game's formula. But it's been a fun time overall, especially this crossover boss. So the strategy is to either buff your speed or slow Alissa down, so you can keep hitting her and moving away, because she doesn't have any projectile. So hitting and running will work on her. He slowed down, but I missed. And I should stay diagonal so it's easier to get out of this attack. Oh, she takes a turn to charge, so I can move away. So slow, move one tile away. Yeah, I needed to have a swift fruits, not slow fruits. She gets rid of the debuff after a single turn. Hey, that's a hit kill. Do I have to play the cutscene again? Yes. I think she'll deprioritize using that jumping skill if you are right next to her. I might have to do just that. I don't think Charm is going to do anything. Yeah. Now she doesn't have that much HP, so if I can get just a few attacks in, I still have a chance to beat her. So flinging a slow fruit on her at least makes her skip one turn. Does she join after? Spoiler alert, yes she does. So if I use this slow stuff and move away once, she does have to waste a turn to follow me. Oh, I think this works. So slow her down, move, attack, and move again. But if she decides to go for the jumping attack, I think I'm toast again. Yeah, so this will take a few tries, but I think it's possible. And if you play this, you can make it much easier for yourself by just bringing a Swift Root, because that won't wear off after a single turn. So every single move in this fight has to be calculated. So I strike from range first. I miss. Throw a Confusion for a toucher. Throw another one. Slow her down. Move away, hit her once. And move away again. And I think I should move in the diagonal like this, like going in circles, because if she decides to charge up her AoE attack, I think I can escape its range. Slow, move, attack. And slow again. Move again, attack again. Oh, she's silenced, nice. And the moving diagonally does work to get out of her range. Not if she decides to do it twice in a row though. And it's a one shot, so... I think I'll just have to try again until I get lucky with whether or not she decides to use the skill. If I miss the first attack again, I'm going to assume it's just like hard-coded for you to miss it. Oh, nice. I guess I should save up the Confusion Fruit to throw at her when she decides to use her jumping attack. Oh no, I should cast slow, they move and then attack, I think. It has to be in this specific order to work for whatever reason. But I am basically exploiting the one turn I get to make her skip when I will slow her. Slow, move, attack, and repeat. Nice. Our strategies are varied in a game like this. Like, other than bringing a lot of sweet fruits, in which case you'll do pretty much the same thing. Or just coming with very overpowered gear. I can't think of another way to beat her. This might be what you're supposed to do. Like, there are several things in the scheme I call like exploits or cheating, but it might be what you're intended to figure out. Like, it's not a bug, it's a feature. Now, this bit is very interesting because Alyssa was expecting you to kill her to end the match, which suggests that this is how it works in Momosu Gladiator. That game is ambiguous as to whether you actually kill the monster girls you beat, but this seems to be establishing that that's the case, which makes that game a lot darker than it looks. Now that I think about it, Momo's Gladiator is a roguelike, so you lose the run if you lose a single fight. So from that, you can conclude that your monster girl is actually fighting to death. So we do have one isekai character in this, it's just not who you would expect. There is a restaurant, right? Take her there and feed her lots of food. If you leave her, our honey will be in danger. Take her away as soon as possible, seriously. And you'll get there as a party member, and let me say, I love Alyssa. Like, one thing that makes me sad about the sequel coming to this is that she's most likely not going to be in the sequel because she's a third-party character. So the dev would have to, like, license her again. And she's already in your party. And once you get there, she permanently hangs around besides the bulletin board. There was a lot of your hair on the photo. Is that normal? It shouldn't be. And with this, I'm pretty much done with this sale. There was just one more thing I wanted to show off because I just found this out recently myself. Speaking of the restaurant, when you go there you can order food normally, or there's this takeaway option. And you would think that the purpose of this is you can take food in your inventory to eat in the dungeon if like your buff runs out and want to renew it. But that's not the case. In fact, the game doesn't even let you enter a dungeon if you have a takeout meal in your inventory. Instead, for example, if I buy this tuna ramen as a takeaway meal, where is it? What this is actually supposed for you to use for is as decoration for your house, so you can place it on like such. which certainly beats having just empty plates on the table. I wish I had found this out earlier. As for Alyssa, she is a really powerful party member, like straight out of the box. She lives up to her boss fight. She starts with a level cap of 100, which is not the maximum is 200. But for a huge chunk of the postgame you won't have to enhance her thanks to this. All her skills are pretty strong, especially this one, which is that jumping skill she kept one-shotting me with. And because of this passive, she does not deal friendly fire damage. And in the time that remains of the stream, I wanted to show off my main save. Where I use the other avatar, which is actually kinda weird seeing her now, that I got used to having the boy avatar on the screen. So what I mostly was focusing on doing on this save was gathering materials to make a pretty house. Like, I wanted to expand this one, but I still need to farm some more materials. You can eventually build a shop in the village that lets you purchase, build statues which you can place in your house or outside of it. There is two for the moth girl. One is your standard pose, and this other one, it's a pose she never actually does in the gameplay, but it is a typical, like, rich anime girl laughing pose. I wish she actually did that. And there's a few more post-game dungeons other than the 1000th floor one. One that I wanted to show off is, I think I have to remove all of your items to enter it. Also, before I forget, there's a second boss monster you can recruit other than Alyssa. On the Beast tab, I think. Here's Coco as a party member. If you are in the post-game if you are in the post-game and you eat on her restaurant a lot of times, then go inside and talk to her. She will join you as a party member. And like Alyssa, she starts with a level cap at 100. She has a jumping attack which is pretty much like the normal cat girls. And a passive where she will occasionally generate material items below her which you can pick up. Also, those two are here now. Ikimori and the others will throw away off my treasures. Yeah, that's what she does. I think it says on the Kikimora's encyclopedia entry that she will throw away your belongings because she thinks it's trash. Now if I come here and talk to this fox girl. Actually with Serena. You have a dungeon called the Eastern Training Ground. Or I can't have money with me. Yeah, she is a cleanliness freak and she will break into your house to sweep your floor and sort your books by alphabetical order. And my party has to be empty. So everybody out. Let's try one more time. Why haven't I passed the requirements? I have no items, no money, and no party members. Oh, I need to have. I think I need to have one friend with me. So this is a dungeon where you elect one of your party members to bring along, just one. Let's see if this works. No, it doesn't. I forget how you're supposed to get in it. Oh, you can't enter it if you are in casual mode. That was the problem. If this still doesn't work, I'm giving up on showing off this dungeon. Okay, now you pick one of our party members. The only ones that are electable are the ones that you have enhanced at least once, so... Even though my Alyssa is level 97, by far my strongest friend, she can't come in yet because I haven't enhanced her. Let's go for the easy route. And surprise, in this dungeon you play as one of your friends. The main purpose of this is to gain TP, which are the points you consume to learn new skills. So my Mafia is very strong for this difficulty, which I didn't recall how hard or easy this dungeon is. But you can use all of their skills as normal. You can go into POV, but you can't speak to other monster girls. And you still have to deal with unidentified items. This is also a tile set to never see in other dungeons, I think. And this gives you a glimpse of what the game would be like if your level didn't reset after every dungeon. I'm used to being level 1 at the start of any dungeon, so it's weird to be this powerful from the get-go now. Like I'm one-shotting everybody. I think for every floor you clear, you get 1 TP, which is way too little if you ask me. Like, I'm not sure this is actually an efficient way to grind TP for your party members. And I think this could be remedied if you could at least bring more than one at a time, like... why not just let you make a party of one with your friends? I'm getting lucky with the stairs this time. I don't remember if you get to keep the items you pick up here. In case you can't, this might also be a good farming dungeon. Since you are a monster girl, you won't find any staves or equipment, since they can't use those. So if you need like fruit, you can come here because you'll find a lot of them in this dungeon. Since the pool of items that can show up is smaller. This is the last one. Oh, she gets 2 TP per floor if you clear the dungeon. That's not too bad. Now to get my equipment back. And I return Grimoire. Don't think I have one. There is another dungeon I want to show off, and as a heads up, I'm not going to clear it. I just want to show that it exists. I have to go to Tartis village first. No, in the first game, in the final dungeon of the main campaign, which I took a while to find, was accessed by interacting with a sword behind Tartis' house. If you come here in the post game, you will find a portal. This dungeon takes you to temporarily sets your level to 200. And it has a single floor. You get bored with longer conversation events, let's not talk about anything else. Yeah, and you just fight, no pretext to it. I forgot to actually put on my equipment. Metafox hits really hard and has a ton of HP. And surprised Alyssa can think that, but she is almost level 100. Like, the dungeon setting you to level 200 is not enough, your entire party has to be that level. And I definitely need better equipment. There's Alyssa Volcano. She even makes Momo's Gladiator sound effects when she attacks. I love that touch. It's funny that the Metafox does several things that the player would normally do, like using teleport to get out of my range. Oh, I have a second life, I didn't know that. Oh, she boots you out of the dungeon. So that was one dungeon you can attack on the post game. I think there's another one inside the Tarte's house. Yeah, there's this one, it's called the Village Mayor's Trial. 100 first, no items, no friends. I haven't ever tried this one and I'm not planning to right now. But it is 100 first, so it's actually something I could stream. And not take forever to beat, but I imagine it's really difficult. Like this one is a lot like I think a dungeon in Pokemon Explorers on the DS. I think that the game had a dungeon which was like 100 first. You start at level 1, I think, which is not normal in that game. In that game your level ups are permanent. You take no party members and you basically have to get stronger enough within that dungeon only to take on the final boss. Which I was going to say I think was Arceus, but I think only finding Arceus statue you don't actually fight him, which is kinda disappointing. As we never get an explanation to this frozen house. She doesn't have anything to say about it. And look at all these monster girls I have befriended in this save. And I think I can show off a bit of how the routine goes when I play the Mgma dungeon. But because everybody died in the fight with Metafox, everybody's love has decreased, I have to get them back up. I freeze it. I have a theory about this, and it goes back to the fact that the developer has been posting some videos of test footage on the sequel, like testing new mechanics. And for this, they're currently using the mod of the main character from the first game, the one was in the remaster. And you could say that's just a placeholder, and it might be. Or it could be that you actually go back to playing as the first protagonist in the sequel. Which could either mean that MGMA 3 will take place between 1 and 2, like an interlude. Maybe it explains how this protagonist was born. Or maybe it's not only the house that's frozen, the first main character is actually inside and frozen. So he can come back in the sequel and not have aged at all. Who knows? Maybe the sequel will have both the first and second protagonists. We might have a family reunion. assuming they are related, which was never actually explicit. In that save, I have a lot more recipes unlocked, so I can actually order the best one, which identifies items for you. Because assuming Tess is the child of the first main character, could think it's like weird that their father is absent. But then this is kind of a Middle Ages world, so... And in that time humans needed to live very long. Now let's actually go to Mgma. I am having a problem with my sword in the save now because it's just not strong enough. The way I built it was by stacking several of this crowbar passive. It makes you deal more damage if the opponent has full HP, so like a first hit buff. And I was hoping that by stacking a lot of them, this would be essentially a one-shot weapon. But it just doesn't work that well. And I'm looking to find a better base sword to make a strong one from scratch, but it's been difficult to find one. It's much luck dependent. There is this suspicious NPC here, and you can pay her to increase her levels. Of which there is a limit. I think it increases the more furries you've played. But I don't think it's worth it, and it's a bit expensive to do it every time, because it's 500 gold per level, so if you want to jump to level 40, it would cost you 20,000 every time you visit this dungeon. What I do instead is I warp to the last floor I have unlocked, and for the start of it, you do this. Let's have you move here. You box yourself in the middle of your party members and let enemies come to you. Which doesn't work if the enemy is a centaur. Yeah, let's retry this. But the teleport works differently in this game from the remaster. You can only unlock the option to skip floors every 50 floors you explore, so every visit to Mgma has to... You have to at least make it through 50 floors, which is a lot. It's the same size as the final dungeon of the campaign. So because the centaur spawns in this dungeon, I can't do this. And if you wonder why I'm not taking damage, it's because of how I'm building my shield. It's not complete yet, but I'm stacking this passive, which it makes it so that every time you take a hit, no matter how much damage, you heal 5 HP. So by stacking 4 of them, I heal 20 HP per hit. And therefore, any attack that deals less than 20 damage will actually heal me. That's why I take no damage from this slime. The problem is that the shield with this passive is harder to come by. The lizard also can't damage me at all. I don't know what that sound is playing every turn. Is it something I have equipped? Oh, it's a monster house. This will be interesting with this this shield. Because the Sylph trades attack for being able to hit multiple times per turn, and that makes it better for me to tank your attacks with this shield. So let me have Alyssa behind me just in case I have to swap places with her, so she can tank the load of enemies, which she's really good at doing. Oh, it's a hot room. Okay, I didn't account for there being enemies with projectiles inside. And it wasn't... did not go as spent. I thought it would be full of sylphs. Oh, and the rogue mode is turned on, so I forgot to toggle casual backup. So I lost all I had. At least my equipment is insured, right? I'm kinda upset now because I had a very valuable key inside the one pouch I was carrying. I might be able to buy it from the black market, but it will cost all the money I have. Yeah, 50,000 gold to have my magic key back. But it's so difficult to combat that you can probably accumulate 50,000 more gold before you find another key. And you'll need several of this to get the best items in that dungeon. Like every 100 furs in Mgma, there's a keyhole from which you get stuff like this shield I have now. And I'll try heading there one more time. I hope it rolls on easier floor team. Never mind, I forgot to toggle casual mode again. Whoops. But aside from showing off that dungeon here, I feel like I'm not going to play much more of it after I'm done with this game. Which is like after today. 1000 furs just feels like way too much. And all that happens is the stats on the enemies will get more and more inflated. So it will be increasingly annoying to deal with. And because I don't think I'll make it to the end, I have actually spoiled myself to what happens when you reach the final floor of this dungeon. And I can tell you that what you find in the end is not worth the trouble. I will say what it is, so if you, for whatever reason, don't want to be spoiled on that, please plug your ears for the next couple minutes. When you get to floor 1000, you find a small monochromatic flower field. So everything is grayscale. And in that room you find Satania again, the giant demon lady. And she'll have a short dialogue sequence with you where she... And that's really butchered by the machine translation, but... she says something on the lines of to remember the promise you made to her at the end of the campaign. And that like what you do from here now is up to you. And in that room there's a monochrome version of the Great Tree. And that's it. You then go back to the village and it's like nothing else has happened. You don't get like a new equipment or party member or anything. I guess the developer must have figured that like the vast majority of players want to make it to for 1000, so why bother making a very elaborate reward for it. But if that's the case, then maybe you could just design a dungeon that most people actually want to clear. I remember playing some of Pokemon Explorers post-gaming. That's another dungeon crawler, so it's a fair comparison. It had many post-game dungeons, and the way you unlocked it then was pretty, like, fittingly mysterious. I recall just playing around in post-game and gradually unlocking stuff. And I think that like several moderately long and curated dungeons will beat any day a super long randomly generated mega dungeon like this one. You do get a really strong weapon, but it's, I think, you for 800 and you have to use a key for it. So it's still pretty far away. By the way, this map has a healing skill. So your only incentive to actually play this dungeon is if you really like seeing numbers go up and you want to make a super strong party. Which will take ages, not just because of the size of the dungeon, but because of the enhancement system. So if you want to get a monster girl to level 200, get ready to have to reset her level after for each 10 levels you'll break. Like Alyssa is almost at her level cap, and I can already enhance her if I want. But I'm holding off on that because she's by far my strongest party member, and I lose that if I enhance her now. Also, I'll do my best, so sometimes I'll be happy if you could give me a compliment. I love this Dragon Girl. Again, it's sad that she's probably not going to be in the sequel. Although the creator of Momo's Gladiator sure likes collabs. Like Alyssa has made appearances in a lot of obscure indie games. So she might be in Mgma 3 as well. As for what I would like to see in the sequel, which I wanted to briefly go over that. And the Galcarina's gone, but this stream's ending soon anyway, so I'm not resetting now. Like, I have a big laundry list of things I would change in this game if I could. And I've discussed some of it in this very stream. But realistically, the third game is largely... we can expect it to be more of the same, so... same formula, but more monster growth items and such. Which I will play anyway, because I like the series at the end of the day. But what could realistically be done that I would like to see is I wish the third game has a more involved plot. So basically take more pages from games like Pokemon Dungeon and Chocobo's Dungeon, which I already know this series is already inspired by. Because this game's plot goes like... there is a lot of it in the beginning when you fight Voltar, and a lot on the end when you fight Donna. But the entire middle portion of the campaign is just going on unrelated fetch quests to get the ingredients. And that's already largely a rehash of the plot of the first game, so I hope the third one doesn't just repeat that again. Now, new monster girls I would like to see. That's a difficult question, because by far and away the species I always want to see in games like this has already been here from the beginning. But if I had to name one, I would like the sequel to have an actual angel girl, because this game has the fallen angel, kind of. She's called the Seer, which I think she's here. So this is supposed to be like a fallen angel, I think, because she kind of has a grayed out halo. But there is no regular angel girl to be a counterpart for her. Yuki Jora is in trouble. Almost. And I didn't bring any healing items. By the sound of it, I think there's another hot room in this dungeon. And that's, I think, in Mgma. There are a lot of thematic monster houses, so they have a fixed list of enemies that show up in there instead of just the same enemies you find in the floor. And clearing them is your only way to get more hats for your party members. Oh, there's the source of the noise. I think I might be safe here because their attacks don't deal enough damage to actually damage me, since I have a 20 damage filter. Oh, the bee can do a lot of damage. Yeah, pay attention to my HP here. How much it is fluctuating. You know, there is a very infamous scene from the anime Sword Art Online where a bunch of goons are attacking the main character at once, but he heals so fast that they can't actually damage him. That's what's going on here. But this defense is completely earned. This shield was took a lot of work to make. It's not plot armor. Like, it's crazy how much stacking this healing passive adds up. And I can make it even stronger. And what do I get from this? A black fox mask. And by clearing 5 floors, you'll get to a different random theme. Oh, I like this one. Ah, that's a new recolor, the Diamat. I think the Yukijoro doesn't have a hat yet. No, the stream's almost, it's almost time to end. There's one more thing I wanted to show off before that. And for this, I'm actually closing this game. Oh, wait a minute. I did not know about this, I just... Okay, I'm finding this out by accident now. By using the right analog stick, you can change your party members' behavior without having to go through that menu. Oh, how did I never notice? I guess well, the game doesn't teach you to do it. Yeah, that would have sped up things by a lot if I knew that beforehand. Good to know. Too bad I don't think I'll play this a lot more. Because from now on I am waiting for the third game to come out, and that game will most likely have its own 1004 dungeon, but more content, so why bother playing this one? Yeah, unless you have like a lot of free time. Now with that over with. Like, I feel I've been disproportionately critical of this game in this stream, but I still really like it. Don't get me wrong. And the game I am switching to now. I have to change it on Twitch as well. We are briefly going to jump back into the remaster. Remember this? And when you play these two games back to back, you can actually really notice the graphical differences between the two. Like this game, you might be able to notice how it has very different colors and shading. And I'm a bit conflicted about this because Of course, overall, this one has higher quality on the models and such. But I don't know, in some aspects, I think I like how Mgma 2 looks better than this one. And I think it's mainly down to the colors. The second game is a bit more washed out, like a bit muted, while still being pretty colorful. And I kinda like how that looked more than this game, which has more vibrant colors. And what I wanted to show off today is something I didn't know up until very recently. I also prefer the avatar from the second game, both of them, than this one's, but that's beside the point. I went on record saying that you cannot recruit Melt to your party when I originally played this. But it turns out you can. In fact, here she is. And you'll never guess what you have to do to recruit Melt. Once you beat the main campaign, walk up to her, you speak to her and you choose the chat option. And that's it, she joins you. I somehow never tried to do this. The way I found it out was I was looking through other people's screenshots and I saw somebody who had the Melt in their party. And I was like, what the hell, how did you get her? And there was a guide on Steam that explains you how to do it. But I think it was only posted after I finished my playthrough. Melt's attack hits 3 tiles in front of her, like the katana I had before. But her main skill is this one, high level magic. She will do it if there's a tile of distance between her and the enemy, so I'll try to make that happen. Yeah, she charges it up. She just uses a fire spell, and if you see the log, you'll see that she now switch elements. So once she uses that skill again, it's a different one. Every time she casts this, the element will change. And it is incredibly powerful because this game does away with your friends having SP. They can spend their skills however much they want. If this was MGMA 2, you could expect this to use a ton of SP. But that's not a concern in this game. Let's try to find another unsuspecting monster to use it on. And there you go. Naturally, Melt is incredibly strong stat-wise. She has almost 800 HP at level 5. If you do plan to play the post-game in this century, she's a no-brainer. And as a side, you can also recruit Coco. Here she is. And Arachne. The same way, just speak to them after clearing the campaign. Recall that in this game, Arachne is a boss. It's only on the second one that she became a normal monster girl species. And that's what I wanted to show off. Now it's actually time to end. So tomorrow is a longer stream. Remember that it starts 1 hour before this one. If you're not sure, you can check my schedule tab to see the time adjusted to your time zone. Plump, yes, it's a passive that makes it so a monster girl can't be knocked back. Or at least thrown by an ogre. And tomorrow I will be starting the new Digimon game, so I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope that so are you. Are you looking for somebody to rate? And itself, people I've raided before. I wanted to find somebody new. Sometimes it is very difficult to find someone of your channel size in the raid menu. So maybe if I just search on Twitch directly. Yeah, I think I found someone, and I'll try to directly raiding through the chat, as I can't find them on the raid menu. I think it worked. I ended the stream here. Thanks a lot for tuning in today. Hope to see you tomorrow. We will play Digimon. And have a good night.